Good morning, my gorgeous friends on the internet. Today is project time. Yay, let's go, like little children. So you know how in preschool you would play the air guitar because your parents wouldn't buy you a real guitar? So it would just be like this, and just trying to play a solo, and then that girl that you liked would just look at you like pathetic. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to use our webcam and some programming to basically detect our hands, and when we stroke down with our hands like this, it's going to make a sound. So depending on the place you are, it's going to make a different sound. So let me show you how this looks like. So yeah, it looks very stupid, but you know what? I like it. Hi, gorgeous creatures. Okay, let's get going. So the first thing we have here is a Visual Studio Code. If you don't know what this is, then okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click this new file, and that's gonna create a new file. We're gonna call this index.html, and this is gonna create us the HTML, okay? And this is called air guitar. Okay, perfect. And here we are not gonna need too many things. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a video. So here we would actually put a video, but we don't have a video because it's our webcam. So what we're gonna do is in JavaScript, which is a programming language invented by Steve Jobs, what it's gonna do is with JavaScript, we're gonna take the webcam and we're gonna send the information to this video. So we're gonna get live feedback, okay? So all we're gonna do is add an ID to this, and we're gonna call it video, okay? That's it. The other thing that we're gonna need is an audio tag, okay? This is our sounds. Now, I'm gonna provide this, so all these sounds are gonna be on my Patreon, and it's gonna be free, okay? So you can download all the files. I'm gonna copy them over. It's just basically a few chords, all right? Guitar chords. If you don't know what guitar chords are, then it's like this. A is like drun, and then E is like drun. Actually, these are all major, which are happy sounding chords. Okay, so we have audio here, and I'm just gonna add one for now, okay? Let's do A chord. But these are gonna be changed depending on where we are on the screen. So you're gonna see. I'm gonna also add an audio, okay? And the next thing, I'm gonna create a notes. Okay, and here is basically where we're gonna add the text. Now you can customize these, make them look nicer if you want, but for now, let's just do these. I'm gonna do, how many do we have? 4? Okay, let's do 4. This is gonna be E, C, this is gonna be B, and A. Perfect. Hit save, and that's all we need. Now we actually gonna need a script. And what I did use was something called, let's open up the Google Chrome's, go here, and what I'm gonna search for is handtrack.js, like that. Click this one, the first one, and basically it's a hand detection kind of machine learning thing made by our boy Victor Dibia. Hey, cheers, Victor, you are the man. So we can scroll down here somewhere, and actually it's not here, so ripperoni and pepperoni. Oh, never mind, it's here. As you can see, via script tag, we can copy that and pasterino in our coderino right here. Okay, save. And what we're gonna do is create an app.js where we are actually gonna add our own functionality. So you can create another script tag here, add a src app.js, hit save, let's go. Okay, we can close this up. We can also open this up with the live service, but we're not gonna do that yet. Let's also add a style.css. Because here it's not going to be much. Let's link it as well here in the HTML. What this is going to do basically is we're just going to take those chords, so these chords, and put it on top of our webcam. Okay, that's literally all I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is just remove all the margins, 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. And I'm just going to make the video like full screen, okay? So that's all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna add a minimum width of 100%, a min height of 100 VH, and we're gonna say object fit cover, okay? So it's gonna take up the full amount of space on our screen. Yay, all right, let's get the notes. And here, all I'm gonna do is just add a position absolute. So basically all this does is gonna place it on top of the webcam. And then we can position it kind of wherever we want. I did this, it's fine, just like that, and then add a width of 100%, a height of like 20 VH, and then just display flex this and justify content space around and align item center. Okay, that's all. That's all we need. You're gonna see it in just a bit. Okay, perfect. And we can also change the font size of the notes H3 to something like 50 pixels. Okay, that's it. All right, I'm getting rid of the CSS because nobody likes it. Let's open this up and let's see what we got. Wow, see, so this is all we did. We just basically placed this on top here. Okay, and this is where our webcam is gonna go. Okay, let's stream the webcam into the thing. So what I'm gonna do is they actually provide here, if you go back to handtrack.js, close that sucker up. If you just search here, they have some default params that we can kind of just copy over. So here, const model params, it gives kind of like a few basic things that you can do. Flip horizontal, so this is gonna be, it's gonna flip your video basically. Image scale factor, reduce input image size for gains in speed. So basically it's gonna increase the speed of this hand tracking. Max num boxes, basically how many hands it's going to detect. We're probably only going to use 2 or 1. That's fine. So we're going to change this. The threshold basically, and the confidence threshold, basically how sure the system is for it to detect your hands. Okay, because it's going to be like a percentage of like 0.95% sure. So basically this kind of allows you to detect, basically change the threshold of how sure it is for it to detect your hand or not. So let's just copy this model params over here. Okay, and the things I'm gonna change is the num boxes here. I'm just gonna put 1 for now, just detect 1 hand. That's fine. And you know what, the rest we can leave on default. So that's good. Now what else we're gonna need is we're gonna use this navigator.getUserMedia. Okay, this is gonna give us the ability to get the webcam. Now to make this supported on everything, what we can do is set it equal to navigator.getUserMedia, like that, or like that, and then we can just use the WebKit and the other ones for the other browsers. .get. So this one is called WebKit. Let me make sure I copy these. Actually, I'm gonna copy it over, and then you can just pause it and just copy it over like this. So navigator.getUserMedia is equal to navigator.getUserMedia, or this is the or symbol. So if it doesn't detect this one, it's gonna jump to this one. WebKit, this is Moz getUserMedia. So this is for Firefox, and this is MS, Microsoft. Okay, so basically you do this. So, you know, depending on the browser, you will be good to go. Okay. Next up, we are gonna select everything from our HTML. Select everything from HTML. Okay, perfect. And I think we only have 2 things here. So we're gonna set this equal our video to document.querySelector, like that, and we're gonna get the video, and this is gonna get the video. And then finally, we're gonna just get the audio. So this is kind of the same thing, audio. Okay, we selected everything, and we're gonna initialize a model, which basically is from our handtrack.js. Okay, it comes with a pre-made model that knows how to detect your hands. So we're gonna initialize it here, and once we get feedback from our video, that's when we're gonna load up the model so it can track our hands. Okay, so this is like a specific thing for handtrack.js. Okay, how can we detect the hand movement? Well, we can get the hand track like that, handtrack dot start video. Okay, like that. And here we can pass in that video. And then this returns a promise, so we can chain a dot then. So after we start the video, then we're gonna do something. And what we're gonna have is a status here back, okay? And basically that's gonna give us back a, hey, the video is running or it's not running. So what we can do is check if status. So if it's true and our video is running, then in here we can stream the webcam basically. So we can say navigator.getUserMedia, like that. And here it takes 2 arguments. So the first one is an object that we can pass in just a video. Okay, and basically what else you can pass in here, if you check the docs, is like hey, audio false or true, all right, so autoplay and things of that sort. But for now, we just gotta pass in video just to say, hey, just run the video. And the second thing that we are gonna need is we're gonna have access to something called stream, all right? So basically the information that's coming from the webcam, and we're gonna take the stream and pass it into the video. Okay, so we can say video.sourceObject like that, and we can set that equal to the stream. Okay, so basically what's happening here is, hey, we have access to the get user media to the webcam. Here we just pass in like if we want audio or just video, and we just added a video here with an empty object, and then we get access to the actual stream that we're gonna pass into this video, which is the one on our HTMLs, this video. All right, we're passing the stream of the webcam in here. Okay, perfect. And then here we are gonna eventually run our detection. Okay, perfect. And that's all we need there. Okay, so we can create this a detection running thing down here. So we can just say function run detection. Actually, let's take a look if this actually works. So down here, what else do I need is to load up that model. Well, we are actually not using the model yet. So let's just experiment to see if this works. So let's open it up here. As you can see, allow webcam, allow, and of course it doesn't work because I'm already on the webcam. So I think I need to restart this. Let me turn myself off. Does this work if I just turn myself off here? Make myself invisible. Disable. Goodbye, everybody. All right, let's try. I might have to restart this. I have a feeling. Okay, so for some reason, I am very zoomed in. So this is probably some settings on my webcam that I need to fix. But if you're like this, it's gonna be kind of a hard time to make sounds because your hand is the size of the monitor. So you don't want this to happen. I need to move all the way back to my green screen here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna come back. This tutorial is not good anymore, but can I eat the bee? I ate the bee. Okay, I managed to fix it somehow. So here we go. Perfect. Okay, so let's go back here and create that hand detection thing. My nose is itchy. Okay, so down here, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna load up that model. So we're gonna say handtrack like that, .load, and we're gonna pass in that params that we did up here, model params, okay, just some default configuration to it, model params, okay, and once that is loaded, we can add a .then, I'm gonna add a L model, so a loaded model, and what we're gonna say here is set the model equal to L model, okay, so we're just basically, hey, once the model is loaded up, just change this here, okay, just load it up and have it ready. Okay, and now down here, what we're gonna do is create basically our detection, and we're gonna run it in here. So I'm just gonna call this a function run detection. Okay, like that, and we're gonna say model.detect, like that, and we're gonna pass in the video, and then we're gonna say .then we get back some predictions. Okay. And here, I think what I'm gonna do now is just console log predictions, like that. And what I'm gonna do up here is just set an interval. Now, if you want, you can just down here, inside this function, you can do a request animation frame and run detection. So you can run this, it's like 60 FPS. But to be honest, I don't want to do that because it kind of destroys my PC. Even with my new computer, it takes just a lot and I don't think it's worth it. So what we're gonna do is go up here and just set an interval, And to be honest, I only want to run this like once every minute, every second, not every minute, every second. So run detection. I'm gonna pass, actually let's do 100 milliseconds, okay? That's pretty low. And let's see if we get back something. So, hey, it's me. All right, we get an error. Let's refresh. And I think we messed up something here, boys. failed get user media on navigator. Argument required, but only 2 present. So 3 arguments are required. Okay, so if you get this error, what we can do is basically it takes 3 arguments. So this is the first one. And by the way, let me just quickly show you here. If you search navigator, get user media, height, width, whatever, just click here on Mozilla Boys. And you're gonna see that this is basically the things you can pass in: audio, true, video. You can kind of add the width and height as well here. So these are the options that you can pass in here. Okay, but we're changing this in CSS, so whatever. And then we have the stream, and actually what we needed to do is here on this part is just add a comma here, okay? Hit enter, and in here we also have access to the error, okay? And here we can just console log error. And now everything should work fine. So this is the 3rd argument that we missed. So if we go back here, we should have 0 errors. So as you can see, it kind of returns us an empty array. And once we have our hand here, look, it comes back with information. And it comes back with a box here, B box, so Beat Boy box. And it gives us a score, basically how accurate it is. A class, which I have no idea what it does. But we also have some coordinates here, basically the position of our hands. Okay, so what we can do down here is go down here to our model. So let's not console log this anymore. And basically what I want to check is, hey, is our array empty or not? Now your first instinct would be to say, hey, if predictions, then do something, right? Because if you have an empty array, that's a falsy value. Not true, not true, because JavaScript is a special piece of programming language and it detects an empty array as true, so it doesn't work. So what you have to do is say predictions.length. Okay, you have to check the length of it. And in here, you can say, hey, if our length is not equal to 0, then we can run this code, because you don't want to run anything because it's going to error out if we want to select anything from that array if it's empty. Okay, it's going to give us undefined or who knows what kind of errors we are in for. So we can say let hand, all right, we can create a hand 1 here, and we can just get the predictions 0, okay, because we're only going to have one.bbox, okay? And here basically we can extract those coordinates, and we can say hand 1 0, let y is hand 1 1, like that. Okay, so we can get the x and y value. So console log x, let's hit save. Let's take a look. So basically, let me move back here. The green screen is falling, everybody. Okay, let's pull this out. All right, get out of here. Nobody likes you. Okay, so take a look. 300, and once we move here, it's like 500, and once we move back here, it goes to like to almost 0. Okay, so it detects basically like this. Well, that's very cool. You know why it's very cool? Because once we're here, we can say, hey, if our hand is around 0 to 100, then we can run this chord. You know what I mean? And basically with the y, what we're gonna do is once we hit towards like 300 or 400, that's when we're gonna stroke the sound. That's when we're gonna hit the sound. So that's what's gonna happen, everybody. Okay, so we can delete this, and basically we can check if our y goes down to 300. That's when we want to play the sound. All right, but I also want to do another if statement here. Basically, if our x is like smaller than 200, I want to play an audio.source and set this equal to the A chord. All right, so we're changing the source of the sound that we want to play, like that. Okay, and then we can add an else if here, else if, and we can say if x is bigger than 400, then we want to change the sound again. Audio.source, set that equal to the E chord dot mp3, like that. Perfect. Else if, I know, a lot of else ifs. X is bigger than 300, then we're gonna say audio.source equal to the C chord dot mp3. There we go. And do we have another one? I think we have another one. Else if, we can say if x is bigger than 200, then we can say audio.source equals to the B chord, MP3. Perfect. And finally, what I want to do after this if thing, so here, all right, down here, we want to play the sound. And we can just say audio.play, like that. Okay, and what else I want to do? You know what? Actually, let's change the color of these to white so we can see them. Color white, like that. Okay, let's try holding this like a guitar. Let me move back. Come on. See? Come on, say. Oh, no. No, my thing came out. There we go, we back. All right, so as you can see, we have that problem that whenever we leave our hand on something, it goes like crazy. Like that. Okay, we don't want that to happen. And you know what? What I think I'm gonna do is just go up here and increase this set timer to like 300 because it plays way too fast right now. So let's try it again. Let me raise my hands. Okay, detect my hand. Come on, come on. There we go. Again. All right, I'm getting into the groove of this. Woo! But please experiment with this one. Try to configure this a bit better. Maybe try to change the score threshold of when it detects your hand. Maybe increase this to 0.89. Maybe it's going to be a bit more accurate and it's not going to trigger randomly. Change the sounds, change the set interval, and see what kind of results you can get with this. There we go, let's go! Play that guitar! And please feel free to experiment with different sounds and instruments. Maybe you can create some drums. And tap, like this. Or maybe like a bongo. Alright everybody, make sure to hit the bell to get the latest of the episodes. And in the next one, we are gonna learn how to create a mouse using C++ and the lights behind my back. Yeah, so peace.